who they attack. Because when you so call and lick in a hand like nowadays, you just walk and whap you. But it was good for us. We are here today to stand and to celebrate with these teachers. And so, all of us that are here, again I'm going to ask a question. All those who were under Mr. Hemings' leadership, because on the table now is only two principals. All those who were under Mr. Hemings' leadership, please stand. Two principals. I that I know. Probably some of you might act as principal, but two principals that I know. Okay, you can look around at the back. During Mr. Hemings' time, I'm one of them. During Mr. White's time, all Mr. White's students' time. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. You may be seated. So, they have left footprints in the sands of time for us to follow. And so we want to continue to give them the honor and the respect that is due unto them. And as a welcome, as I really go on forth, I want to personally welcome the Honorable Samura, Matthew Samura, with us this afternoon. Take time out of his busy schedule, and we know the time in which is coming up. And everybody busy, not true? But he take time to be here, and also Councillor Garden to be here. And so we want to praise the name of the Lord. And brethren, I thank God for those who planned this, the planning committee. And when they called me and asked me to be the MC, me almost tell them no, no. But when I call me through and I see the people that we are going to honor this evening, I said no. I know I'm good at funeral. I'm good at wedding. When I look at something like that, kind of puzzle me. Sometimes I think deep in my brain what I say. But if I spoil it, it won't cost me. But I'm not going to spoil it. Alright. Alright. At this time, I'm going to invite Mr. Just give me a break. Alright, Mr. David Elliot to come, and he will give his contribution to us at this time. Put your hands together and make him welcome.
Thank you. I'm most honored to be here. I have to tell a short story of how it happened, actually. I'm from the Boston area, and I was minding my business in a Staples store one afternoon, and I met a young lady named Anastasia Copeland. And she's printing a water brochure for me, and we started talking, and her warm personality just started coming out. And she said, "Oh, I see you're working with water and with children." I said, "Yes, I am." She said, "Well, my mother has an organization you might be interested in." So her enthusiasm, her warm personality, was the beginning of my trip here tonight. So I really want to honor her and have a round of applause for her. Just for And I work, my own company has a device that actually kills bacteria in contaminated water. It's tiny. We make it cost about $1 to produce it. It's very small. And when I was first talking to Anastasia about this, I said, it'd be nice to meet the children from the Chalky school. And I happened to be there this morning. We stopped by, and I heard them singing a song. And I have to say, children really don't have to sing a song to hear the music in their voices. Their voices are music to our hearts, and that's why I've always liked to work with children. And on the word of enthusiasm, which Anastasia was full of, I had to think about the word enthusiasm is really two words, from the Greek "an" meaning in, enthusia meaning God. So enthusiasm is really God in you. And I'd like to think that maybe there's a larger hand that works with all of us in our enthusiasm to give ourselves to each other. I think it's a real gift. Last thing I want to say is I want to thank Nordian and Dacia and the others on the board for inviting me. I'm very excited about the work. We're going to see the students tomorrow. Our water devices are being released slowly from the Department of Health. We should have them within a week. And I do hope our organizations will work together in the future. And thank you again for inviting me.
Thank you very much, Mr. David. At this time, I'm going to invite Miss Geneva Gordon-Bailey to come, and she will grace us with your speech at this time.
Thank you, Pastor Lemon. Good evening, Chalky Hill past students, past teachers, well-wishers, Honorable Minister, Member of Parliament, Matthew Samuda. As I stand here as the councillor for the Lime Hall Division of which Chalky Hill falls, I am also the board chairman of the Chalky Hill Primary and Infant, now it is today. Some years ago it was Chalky Hill All Age, but as you know, we have moved forward into primary and infant. I walk in the room and I was taken aback with the grace and the beauty of everyone that is in here. I must say almost every face that is in here I am acquainted with. Mr. Elliot, I want to thank you for taking the opportunity to join these young ladies who are now migrated, but they work so hard to bring their community together. I have been getting those calls. I have tried my best also to work with them. It is an honor to see the outcome of this planning committee. I must say all of the members of the planning committee are young ladies that I am very much acquainted with, and you all look stunning this evening. Mr. White is the principal that I know as a young girl growing up in the Steertown Chalky Hill area. My siblings went to Chalky Hill. I didn't go to Chalky Hill, but I know that they would have been beneficiaries of Mr. White's years at Chalky Hill. All the teachers that are here that are still serving Chalky Hill and those that have moved on. I see our guidance counselor that is present at Chalky Hill. I saw a teacher here. And I am really appreciative of you coming out to show your appreciation for the school group that is now trying to award you. Now it is good to really show appreciation and know where you're coming from, and even at the primary level. Because most time the primary educators are, they look back. Everybody remember most time they're high school teachers. They said if you don't remember your grade 2, grade 3 teacher, something is really wrong, because those are the teachers who actually start to steer your mind into things. I want to say as a counselor and also as a board chairman, I am glad for this initiative within the Chalky Hill Primary School. And I hope that this will be an annual event, right? Ladies, Lesia, Nicola, this will be an annual event for the Chalky Hill Primary All Age. Ladies, so your whole family is here to support you, and the community of Chalky Hill, I just want to say I applaud you for pushing out to support this dinner and making sure the give back to your community and your educators is a success. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and we want to continue to ask for grace and mercy for our past teachers and those who served us and helped to grow us and build our community. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gordon. And well, that was well said. And I want those of you who are supposed to do your presentation today, honorees, prepare yourself. So at this time, we're going to invite those of you who are supposed to do your presentation to come, one by one. Jennifer Johnson, Pauline, and you must have some heads up to those who you are going to present to. So I don't want to go through all of these now. So I'm just going to call Jennifer Johnson to come, and that she will be presenting to Mrs. Gordon. followed by Pauline's cut to Miss Shelley, Doreen to Mr. Costa, Adrian to Mrs. Stephen, Hereford, and it list goes on. Okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, our teachers, distinguished guests, present good afternoon. This wasn't for me to do, but this is for Mrs. Holmes. I start by saying something that she usually does. Train a child in the way that he should grow is not a frivolous statement, but a profound one of the greatest significance. A child lives what he learns, thus the early training will predispose the child to be normal to the moral standard and the harmonious living with humanity. Marian Holmes was a child raised in this manner, raised in the way that played a crucial role in her latter years. Her childhood days found her playing with her siblings as a teacher. Her students were the stones collected and placed around make-believe benches in a make-believe classroom. Marian would beat the hell out of them if they fail to answer questions or they are making too much noise. Which I guess is a lot of beating, it's gonna make a lot of noise. The years went by, Marian grew along the path of morality, decency, and as some would say, quite proper. After completing her secondary school years, she took a job as a pre-trained teacher at the Brownstown Infant School. Her 3-year stint lasted from 1973 to 1976. Encouraged by her mother and a former teacher of hers, she followed her childhood dreams and make-believe role play of a teacher, thus enrolling in the Monique Teachers College in 1976. 3 years of training, many sleepless nights, and many days of anxiety, stress, and fatigue finally ended in 1979 when she graduated as a trained primary school teacher. As a trained teacher, Marian had many available options as to where and when she would decide to work. However, she wasted no time. Out of the frying pan, into the fire. A new phase of stress, somewhat similar yet different, as she seeked and got employed at the Benson All-Age School, her first job as a trained and qualified teacher. Again, sleepless nights and anxiety became a companion to her until she learned to transition between the hypothetical training of the Teachers College and the stark reality of the classroom, not the stones this time, right, Mr. Stones? At Benson, Marian practiced her craft well. Armed with her 3 years experience at Brownstown Primary and her 3 years formal training at Monique Teachers College, she grew, she flourished, and she blossomed. Marian loved sports, especially cricket. Her vibrant spirit spiraled her into the position of guidance resource personnel, JT contact teacher, and sports coordinator for the school, as well as the Claremont District Association. These and other contributions were her doing her 11 years at Benson. She closed that chapter of her career in 1990. Chalky Hill Old Age was graced with her alluring and enigmatic personality. Seasoned with experience of more than a decade, she was the perfect choice of sports coordinator, contact teacher, senior teacher, literacy coordinator, and treasurer for the St.Ann District Association. Marian had no intention to leave as she made Chalky Hill her final chapter. She was never a dull person, as her vibrant spirit was captivating during sports day, whether it be the DA sports or her school sports. Her presence would always be felt on the many teachers' excursions. She had a distinctive voice and a stress-relieving laughter that relaxes one's mind and provides as a haven for pleasant thoughts. She was a mentor to her new and young staff members, her honesty, and was noted throughout her professional and active life. Although she received several awards from the St.Ann District Association and Jamaica Teachers Association for exemplary service, her real joy came from the many lives she had positively affected, both adults as well as the children she taught. Those she met at sports events and the many unmentionable others. It is quite ironic, but it's not the accolades that brings a smile on a retired teacher's face, but Marian, like many of the good teachers, smiled when reminiscing of a tear wiped from the eyes of a child, replaced with a smile, a friendly and motherly hug, and above all, see the positive influence that guide a student to success, and to hear the student say, "That's my best teacher ever." Thank you.
Okay, don't go away, Miss Marian. When I come, I can invite Miss Daisy to come and ask Miss Holmes to stand. I did not get the color or the number of a crown that is parked in the car lot. The lights leave on. The crown on the head. If you don't go and turn it off, you're going to go dead. So that Miss Holmes' hand was very nimble. Licks. I was watching this coming with this Trinidadian guy, Larry Joseph. And the principal was, well, he do something in class and they sent him outside. So the teacher was interviewing him outside and said, "You follow me outside because of that." But anyway, he asked me a question. When was Rome built? And anybody can tell when was Rome built? So he answered, said, he told the principal that Rome was built in the night. So the principal said, if I didn't have my strap, I would give you 2 slaps. So he turned to the principal and said, "You lucky, and we get lick again. A teacher, I'm going to get a few time for me." All right, so I'm going to invite Pauline Scott to come, and she will do her readings for
Good evening, everyone. It is with great pride and admiration that I present this award to an exceptional educator whose unwavering dedication has touched generations. For over 23 years, this individual has been a cornerstone of the Chalky Primary and Infant School, formerly known as Chalky All Age, since January 2002. She has served not just as a teacher, but as a mentor, a guide, and a source of inspiration for students from grades 1 through 9. She has consistently gone above and beyond, preparing students for national examinations with a tireless commitment to excellence. But beyond an academic result, it is the atmosphere of her classroom that truly stands out as student-centered, inclusive, warm, and engaging space where every learner is seen, valued, and empowered to grow. Through thoughtful lesson planning, differentiated instruction, and unshakable passion for education, she has played a pivotal role in shaping not only bright minds, but also strong character and resilient spirits. Though the specific memories of Shorty and Samura may have gently faded with time, the important you made on our daughter's life remains deeply appreciated. Yes, you were more than a teacher. You were a guide, a nurturer, and a steady hand during such a formative year of her learning journey. Today we honor not just the years of service, but the countless lives changed and quiet moments of encouragement and the legacy of learning left her awake. Please join me in celebrating Miss Sandra Shelley, a beacon of excellence in education. From Shauna Smith, otherwise called Sandy, to Mr. White. When I think of Mr. Alvin White, three things came to mind: discipline, hard work, and success. I have so many memories of you as a principal of Chalky Early School. You had a witty sense of humor. You were a consistent leader and extremely serious at times, especially when it came to the subject of mathematics. Of all the memories I have of you, there's one that stands out significantly to me. The first day back to school in September of 1992, I had taken the common entrance 3 times and did not pass. As well, we all know back in the 90s, we only had 3 chances to take the common entrance test to go to high school. I was so defeated, and that September morning, all my close friends, Nadine, Nemord, Latoya Dillon, and Venetia Stewart, just to name a few, had passed the exam and were moving on to various high schools. But I was sitting in the 7th grade homeroom on the first day back. Mr. White walked in and said to me, "It's not over for you. You're going for it one more time." I went back to 6th grade and took the common entrance exam again. Yes, this time I did pass. So thank you, Mr. White, and thank you always to my other teachers, Miss Gordon, Smith, Pauline, Miss McCoy, Miss White, and Miss Coombs, for believing in me and not give up on me when I did have the confidence to believe in myself. Your impact on my life is something I will carry with me forever. We honor you today and always. Thank you.
Bring back the Shel to stand. Just a second, wait for the photograph. Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Scott. Okay. All the math scholars in the room, put up your hand. All right. You have a bit of paper? You write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to add up that and get 9,999 and bring it to me. From 1 to 9, or from 1 to 8, and get 9,999. Give me before we are through. At this time, I'm going to invite Deidre to come, and she will do her piece for Miss Stevens.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my pleasure to be a part of this awesome celebration. An enduring legacy honoring Mistress Pauline Stevens. An enduring legacy honoring Mistress Pauline Stevens. Tonight, as we celebrate this extraordinary individual, a true legend in education for over 37 remarkable years at the Chalky Hill All-Age School. Our dreams began with teachers like her who believed in us. It was teachers like her who taught us morals and nurtured us through our early years. She has definitely played her part in molding us into who we truly are today. Mr. Stevens was much more than a teacher. She has been a tower of strength in the life of countless students and parents, including mine. She was like a candle who lit the way for the grade 3 students through their grade 3 achievement test. Her expertise spanned from grade 2 through to grade 9. This lady has gone above and beyond our expectations as an active team player where she ensured a smooth operation, whether as a senior teacher, a vice principal, or even the acting principal. Added to that, she was the beloved ambassador for Blue House, originally known as Pluto House, which has since been renamed Stevens House in her honor. Mr. Stevens is the institutional memory of Chalky Hill All-Age School. Why? Because she knows every corner, every story, every challenge, and every glory. She had a heart of gold where she would give her full support by sharing her goodies, whether fruit, snacks, or lunch with anyone who needed them. It was because of her loyalty that parents felt comfortable calling on her in times of need. Yes, one principal affectionately called her Mother Teresa. Since her well-deserved retirement in 2016, Mr. Stevens has embraced a new chapter in her life. She now spends her days at home relaxing and making beautiful memories with her beloved husband, her 4 children, and 6 cherished grandchildren. Tonight, we, the past students of Chalky Hill All-Age School, are united to recognize, celebrate, and salute the outstanding contribution of this dynamic woman. She is indeed a part of a leading group of educators and a full, hard-working set of teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, take your hats off, and help me to welcome this extraordinary individual who has been the wind beneath our wings, no other than Mistress Pauline Stevens.
you very much. Okay, anybody else get the maths right? Repeat the maths. From 1 to 8, and you must get 9,999. Anyway, don't bust your brain. 2 persons has already won. Yes. 8 and 1, 9. 7 and 2, 9. 6 and 3, 9. 5 and 4, 9. 9,999. Put up your hands together for one of the survived students. Alright. Now this time I'm going to invite Ms. Herford to come, and she will do her presentation to Ms. Robertson. Clap for her as she comes now.
Good evening, everyone. This is a tribute to an extraordinary educator. Hassins Green Robertson, married to Owen, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Owen Robertson, 3 children. Celebrating 30 years of dedication. Today we gather to celebrate an extraordinary journey, a journey that has spanned 3 remarkable decades in the classroom. It is with immense pride and heartfelt admiration that we honor Mrs. Hassins Robertson, an educator who has not only shaped the minds of countless students, but has also touched the hearts of everyone fortunate to know her. As we reflect on Hassins' 30 years of dedicated service, we are reminded that teaching is not merely a profession, it's a calling. For Hassins, this calling has been characterized by her commitment, boundless passion, and unshakable belief in the potential of every student. Her classroom has always been more than just a place of learning. It has been a sanctuary of curiosity, creativity, and encouragement. From the very first day of her teaching career, Hassins embraced the noble task of educating young minds. Her journey began in 1986, and since then, she has witnessed the evolution of education and the world around her. Through the years, she has adapted to changes in curriculum, technology, and teaching methods, all while remaining steadfast in her dedication to her students. The ability to evolve while maintaining core values is a testament to her resilience and passion for education. One of the most remarkable qualities of Hassins is her innate ability to connect with her students. She has an extraordinary gift for making each student feel seen and valued. In her classroom, every voice matters, and every idea is worthy of exploration. She has a unique talent for fostering an environment where students feel safe to express their thoughts, ask questions, and take risks. This nurturing atmosphere has empowered generations of students to discover their strengths and pursue their passion. Throughout her career, Hassins has been a mentor, a guide, and a source of inspiration. She has not only taught academic subjects, but has also instilled life lessons that extend far beyond the classroom. Through her kindness, empathy, and support, she has taught her students the importance of integrity, perseverance, and compassion. Many of her former students have gone on to achieve great things, and they often credit her as the catalyst for their success. It is a testament to her influence that so many keep in touch with her, sharing their milestones and achievements, forever grateful for the role she played in their lives. In addition, her exceptional teaching abilities, she has always gone beyond and above to engage with the school community, whether through organizing extracurriculum activities, leading clubs, or volunteering for school events. She has consistently demonstrated her commitment to creating a vibrant and inclusive school culture. Her enthusiasm is infectious, inspiring both students and colleagues alike to get involved and make a difference. As we celebrate Hassins' 30 years in education, it is essential to recognize the countless hours of hard work that often go unnoticed, the late nights spent grading papers, the weekends dedicated to planning engaging lessons, and the commitment to her craft. She has always strived to be the best educator she can be, continuously seeking new ways to inspire her students and enhance their learning experience. As we honor her today, we also acknowledge the impact she has on the lives of her students. Her legacy is one of hope, inspiration, and a profound belief in the power of education. She has shown us that teaching is not just about imparting knowledge. It is about igniting a passion for learning and nurturing the potential within each individual. Today we celebrate not only her achievements, but also the countless lives she has touched along the way. Each student who walks through her classroom door has been enriched by her wisdom, compassion. As they move forward in life, they carry with them the lessons learned and the memories created within those four walls. In closing, let us take a moment to express our gratitude to Hassins. Thank you for 30 years of dedication, your tireless efforts, and your unwavering commitment to education. Your impact will be felt for generations to come, and your legacy will continue to inspire future educators and students alike. As you receive this well-deserved award, know that you are celebrated not just for your years of service, but for the profound difference you have made in the lives of so many. Congratulations, Hassins. Here's to and the incredible journey you have embarked upon. May the next chapter be filled with new adventures, continued growth, and the knowledge that you've truly made a difference in the world. Your light will continue to shine brightly in the hearts of those you have taught and inspired. Thank you for being an extraordinary educator and an even more extraordinary friend. Thank you.
Let me hope that no one else as long as her. We have a couple hours living inside here. I don't want the people to get fucking hotels to throw us out. So anybody have any long one? Cut it short. I wonder if any past student of Mr. White can remember any fun memory. Anyone? Just come quickly. Come quickly. Okay. Alright, I take these two after the presentation. After the presentation, I take it. Okay. All right, thank you very much. Come, Mr. Sandra.
Okay, I have a funny story for Mr. White. I remember when I was going to school, it was grade 9. Mr. White asked me, was outside, and he asked me to go inside and look at the time because it's close to break. And it was like quarter to 11. And knowing me, I take a lot of risk in my life. So I said, okay, I'm going to pull one on Mr. White today. So I went to Mr. White and said, it's 11 o'clock. And all of a sudden, Mr. White, all the kids, they ran out. Then Mr. White came back in and rang the bell and calling everybody. And man, that day I paid for it. Mr. White gave me about 20 in my hand. I was trying to run the risk, but it didn't pay off. I would want more extra time. Never forget that.
Good evening, all protocol observed. I have several fun memories of Mr. White, but one in particular, when I did my, when we went to school, I had the privilege of having a teacher at home. Mrs. Robinson didn't teach me in the school, but when we went home, she would gather us from the church, some of us from the church, and she would teach us. She would help us with our homework. So one evening, one particular student was late. So she didn't get all of her homework done. So I thought I would share mine with her. And because we would have done it together anyway. But that student didn't get finished when it was time to leave anyway, because we were going to church. So I gave her my book to take home. The next morning she left my book home, but she brought hers. So when Mr. White was asking for homework, I was very, very polite. I had just received the baptism of the Holy Ghost, so I thought it was right to tell the truth. So I told Mr. White, I loaned my book to one of the students, and she took it home and she didn't bring it this morning. So Mr. White said to me, I'm going to give you 3 strokes. 1, because you're stupid. 2, because you're stupid. And 3, because you're stupid. So he said, you were stupid enough to cheat and do your homework together. Then you were stupid enough to lend somebody your homework to take home. And stupid enough to tell me that's what you did. And let me tell you, for the third stroke, I couldn't hold out the hand. I was rubbing all morning trying to figure out which hand to take the left hand in. Mr. White used to wrap his stick with sellotape to give it up. So when I was done, it took me almost until the morning prayer to take the third stroke. But here I am today, a product of all that. Mr. White, I love you and I thank you.
Big up everybody. Everybody say yeah. Yeah. Enjoy yourself. Yeah. I love that. Mr. White, a puppy there. All right. Everybody knows Mr. White loves sports. Yeah. So when we used to go out for sports, Mr. White put the money for me, the wicket and said anybody can bowl him, get the money. Couldn't bowl Mr. White because Mr. White used to legs too, two-legged. You understand? And the next thing with Mr. White, some white man come at Chalky to play a cricket match against Robert, them and them. Mr. White, you know, come on too. All we at school, you down over, come on and watch. Imagine. Mr. White, take time, take yourself, go back over school. Yeah, man. You see, when you ring the bell, who no come or get beaten? Albert and them boy gone. Mr. White gone over school. See me? Because I love cricket. We have to stay and watch the cricket game. But they fall in a line get so liquid the Snow White. You know the belt named Snow White? You hear she talk about she get the chance? Yeah, I Snow White she did I get. Mr. White, remember the belt there. So, I want to big up everybody in and big up all the teachers. Love. Come on.
Yes, sir. Now we know, Mr. White, the impact that we have on these lives. If we never struck them, we will come out to what they are today. One thing I can remember when I was going to school with Mr. Hemings time. Once you're late, you're going to pay for it. I don't know where the boys in Chalky did so come with this idea. They want weed, they call it broom weed. They said just spit on it and put one spoon on it and look back, don't look back. You know, even if you're late, Mr. Hemings not going to beat you. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't work. But until today, some of us pay the price. Pay the price. How many of you know that married man don't lie? Eh? Alright. Not many of us. Alright, we also have this man in Trinidad. He stayed out late. Very late. But when on his way home, he met one of his friends. A female friend. And the both of them go on and gallivant and gallivant. And he called his wife and told his wife that I'm at X with so and so I'm going to run late. Wife probably take the tablet at that time. Didn't believe him. So anyway, the husband come home before day. But when he was driving up in the driveway, you know the children always play hopscotch. So when he drive up, he saw the crayon or the marker he used and he put it behind him ears and walk in. When he walk in, funny where you're coming from. I was out with X and Y and Z. He said, no, damn it, no, you're in that place. He chalk behind your ears. He called her and tell her the truth. But when he reached home, he just picked up the chalk by mistake. Well, probably not by mistake, but and put it behind his ears and went in. When he went in, the wife said, where you coming from? And he told her, he said, no, damn it, no, you place he chalk behind your ears. So that's why he said, married man, don't lie. And this time, when we invite Mrs. Marian Cowan to come, and she will do her presentation to Mrs. Johnson.
I feel honored to be here this evening
Special greetings to our honorees. Special greetings also to our invited guests. And to everyone here, it's so good to see you all. I'm here to present to Miss Johnson. And I was delighted when I learned that she would be the one because of two reasons. Of the entire group, I was only taught by two persons, Mr. White and Miss Johnson. And then Miss Johnson and I share birthdays. I don't know if she remembers that, but in school, there were two teachers that I shared birthdays with, Miss White, Mrs. White, and Miss Johnson. So I was sure of getting birthday gifts when my birthday came around. Just before I honor Miss Johnson, I must share and I must honor Mr. White because he has a lasting impact on my life. Now I started Chalky School at age of 6. I had a short memory of Mr. Hemings, but then it was Mr. White. I started at 6 years old, and so, by the way, I went to school as Marian Walker, so those of you who will remember then. By the time I got to combinations time, you know, the name changed a little, so I became Marie. You know, sometimes what is on your birth certificate is not what you go to school with, and you know, that sort of mix up. And then Mr. White called me Miriam. Anyway, I went to school at 6, as I said, and by the time I was 9 years old, I was in grade 6. Mr. White had me all sorted out for combinations that year, but the Ministry of Education refused the application because they said I was too young. So by the following year, at 10 years old, Mr. White sent me on to grade 7. And that's where Miss Johnson taught me. Now I was in my grade 7 classroom, but Mr. White gave us some math problems. And you know, sometimes the eyes and the brain don't coordinate too well. So, but I never forget. It was 3 times 3. What's that? 3 times 3, but I wrote 6. But somehow maybe I was thinking it was plus. So, you know, I paid for that. I am not sure. As far as I can remember, nobody has got beaten. Not the persons who got them all wrong. Not the persons who got most wrong. But I got beaten for that one problem that I got wrong. Because he was disappointed. And he was saying, you should not have made a mistake like that. So he gave me a fine beating. And when he was done, I sat and I cried, and he went back to his seat. And after a while, I just heard, Miriam, no man, you should never make a mistake like that. And I got another round of that. I have never forgotten that. I've told my friends about it. I've told my children about it. But you know, it taught me something that I have to be careful. Yes. And after that day, I made sure that I paid keen attention to everything I do. So I really appreciate it, Mr. White. I wanted a stick to come back and beat it today. But I couldn't find it. But you know, when I saw you, I said, okay, it's okay. Now, getting the chance to give it back to him is fine. I really honor you and I really respect you. And I'm really happy to see you today. Fellow Miss Johnson, today we gather not just to honor a teacher, but to celebrate a life devoted to learning, leadership, and legacy. This is the story of a woman whose journey reminds us that sometimes destiny finds us before we even know who we are meant to become. At the age of 16, fresh from St.Ann's Bay All-Age School Evening Institute, with 6 Jamaica School Certificate subjects and the first and second Jamaica local exams in her pocket, Phyllis Johnson was ready for the world, or so she thought. But things did not happen the way she envisioned it. Jobless, but not aimless, thanks to a determined mother who believed that an idle mind is no place for a young woman. She was sent to Northern Academy in Ocho Rios. There, she helped with preschool children while taking courses in commercial practice and typewriting. It was there, in a room of tiny voices and even tinier hands, that her calling whispered to her. Only 4 months later, Mr. S.E. Buck, who was the principal of the Northern Academy and the chairman of St.Ann's Bay All-Age School, recognized the spark in her. He sent her back to St.Ann's Bay All-Age School, this time not as a student, but as a teacher. From that moment, the fire never dimmed. Her principal at the St.Ann's Bay All-Age, Mr. D.B. Hewitt, saw her talent and recommended that she attended the Canewood Junior Teachers College in Kingston for a 3-month training course, which she completed with pride. She then returned to her school, now stronger, more focused, and more inspired. In 1971, she was accepted at Monique Teachers College, where she completed a 2-year trained teachers program, followed by a 1-year internship at Hillside Primary in Islington, St. Mary. Then came her first permanent assignment at Chalky Hill All-Age School. She poured her heart and soul into that community day after day and for long hours. She worked tirelessly preparing students for the JSC exams, the grade 9 achievement test, and the common entrance exams. Her dedication didn't go unnoticed. When Mr. Hemings, the then principal of the Chalky Hill All-Age School, left to study at the University of the West Indies, she was entrusted with leading the school for 2 years. And when she returned, and when he returned and eventually moved on, he nominated her for the principalship. Her humility led her to step aside, not out of doubt, but out of selfless leadership. She only asked that a suitable male teacher be given the guidance. When Mr. Alvin White arrived, she kept her promise and supported him wholeheartedly, remaining at Chalky All-Age School for 40 meaningful years. In 1988, Ms. Johnson moved to Ocho Rios for a more practical commute. There she joined Boscobel Primary School in St. Mary, continuing the mission that had defined her life. From a quiet start to a celebrated service, from helping preschoolers to leading schools, her life's work was never about titles, it was about transformation. She has touched generations with wisdom, grace, and unwavering dedication. Today, we don't just thank her for teaching, but we thank her for being the lesson. Let us celebrate this remarkable woman, an educator, a mentor, a quiet giant in the lives of so many. Ms. Johnson, you're more than a teacher. You're a testimony to resilience, to humility, to purpose. I thank you for the impact you made in the lives of so many persons.
Put your hands together. I did a funeral last Saturday in St. Mary, and there was at the church there was no electricity because some damage with a pole. So a gentleman loaned us a generator. So they start the generator and we start the funeral service. And during the funeral service I make an appeal. I said to those who are going to give tribute, it's 1 tank of gas we have. And anybody if he said, come here and talk about the tank of gas, I will stop them. I thought some of these speech would be short to the point. But some are not very fast, you know. Not fast, you cannot keep them business yes, but anyway, that is good. History, right? So when Mr. Bobby Montague get up now, he said, boy, they are holy piece about the man, you know. But the pastors have 1 tank of gas, so I go cut it short. So, the Honorable Matthew Samura is here. He have other engagement. And he was supposed to come after all this. But being as them so long, I'm going to take a break from the presentation and invite the Honorable Matthew Samura to come. And he will give his presentation at this time. Put your hands together and make a motion.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. White, I'm going to beg you a big favor. Should there be any dissent to the length of my speech, I'm going to ask you to enforce a basic standard. Because I realize that there's sufficient respect in the room. I don't know if you can do, but I suspect if you give me the support, I'll be fine. Thank you, Sir White. Madam Chairman, Council Geneva Garden Bailey for the Chalky Hill Primary and Infant School, past students of the Chalky Hill all age. Indeed, I also acknowledge in her absence, Madam Principal of the Chalky Hill Primary and all age, Primary and Infant School. But ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you back home. And I think before I get started, despite the fact that I'm limited both by my time and by the time that you have assigned to me, it would be good to understand how many of you as past students live abroad. Quick wave of a hand. No. I see 1 hand in the back, 2 hands in the front. Is that 3? Is that an accurate representation? I mean, most people have eaten their dinner already. How many of the persons here tonight live abroad? Mr. White, beg you tell him for the man for me. Is it fair to say that we're probably half and half? I think it's important to understand who I'm speaking to. So I want to make sure that I know who are current constituents who are former constituents of other leaders, so that we can give the fair context. Now, usually I would tell all presentations, it's always dangerous to allow a politician to be between you and your meal. And I think deliberately I was asked to speak after you had your meal. And even further deliberately, Madam Diane, I was asked to speak when I have to head to another function. So they have been saved from my usual 1-hour diatribe. However, here's a lot I would like to tell you, and I will try to condense my message as best as possible. Sir Principal, I hope you will allow me to do so. Now I have to ask permission. I think it's very important. So, for those who have journeyed from far, whether from Florida, New York, New Jersey, or England, California, or otherwise, we say welcome back home. Chalky Hill welcomes you back home.
But the Chalky Hill, the northeast St.Ann, the Jamaica that you left, is not the same Jamaica. 10 years ago, Jamaica had an unemployment rate of 13.8%. That unemployment rate today is 3.5%, less than the United States, less than the United Kingdom, less than Canada. We have a poverty rate of 8%, which is a half of the poverty rate that we had 10 years ago. Today, relative to last year, we have cut our long-standing issue, the crisis of the Commonwealth, as it was once referred to as by Tony Blair, as the former British Prime Minister. We have cut our murder rate by half. 44% in total. Jamaica in 2015 had a bank account of $900 million US. That was a national bank account. That was our national reserve account. We're now at $5 billion US. It's not the same country that you left. And I don't want anyone to feel that the Jamaica they left 10, 20, 30 years ago is where they have returned. Jamaica has suffered bad decisions, but has made changes across administrations. It's not a political statement. In 2013, we made some tough decisions. We are paying dividends today. You are not in the same country that you left. So we welcome you back home. And we welcome you back home in a manner that hopes to keep you here. And that is where I would like to start our discussion this evening. Chalky Hill is amongst the most beautiful communities in Jamaica. Jamaica is the most beautiful country in the Caribbean. But we used to start from the perspective that we had a bad economy, that we were violent, and we had nothing to offer apart from a beautiful beach. Well, that is no longer the case. This country, across administrations, has fixed this debt problem. We have fixed our structural financial issues. We have started to target many of the other issues that the British left us. And suddenly our crime rate is down by 50%. So ladies and gentlemen, Chalky Hill, which is amongst the most beautiful places in Jamaica, in the most beautiful country on earth, has more to gain from these changes than most other communities. That's a fact. Now, Chalky Hill finds itself with a beautiful view of the North Coast. It finds itself with legendary cricket status. It finds itself with great political representatives in council dialogue. It finds itself with legendary status of schools that have contributed to the growth of this nation. But where are we going to go? And to know where we're going to go, we have to understand where we are and where we're coming from. Chalky Hill, with this level of beauty, has a lot to offer this country. But I'm never for a community offering without persons receiving the benefit from the community that they grew up in. It is why myself and Councillor Dan would have met with the National Land Agency a few weeks ago, and we have established a commission that is looking at the land ownership issues. Because that is a core issue that affects most people that have lived in and around Chalky Hill. We expect to be able to take a victory lap in a few years as we resolve many of the issues for those who claim themselves as Chalky Hill residents. We're doing the mapping, we're making sure that those who have land tenure status have that space. But the only way to truly transform any community is through its educational institutions. Now, the constituency that I've been blessed to lead for only 8 months and 1 week. I've only been MP for 8 months and 1 week. Many people have had longer time at the wicket. And I can use cricket terms because we're talking to former residents and students of Chalky, right? I've only been MP for 8 months and 1 week. You can't transform any community anywhere in the world without transforming the educational institutions. Amen. Let's start there and agree. The constituency I'm blessed to lead has 39 schools that are government schools. Chalky Hill is one of the more prominent, one of the more known schools. Now, I'm a systems man. So I brought in an education consultant and I asked them to look through everything to do with every school in my constituency. So they went through all of what we call the National Education Inspectorate reports. And we looked at what every school needs, meaning do they have enough bathroom stalls? Do they have enough ramps for disabled students? Do they have sufficient access to books for those who cannot afford those books? Do they have enough parking spaces for their teachers? Do they have enough chairs for students? The National Education Inspectorate reports are very detailed reports, very laborious to read. And we've done the summaries. What I would love to hear tonight is not what you suspect. I'm only asking for your support tonight for what myself and Councillor Bailey have identified as the needs of Chalky Hill. We are asking you as the alumni to take the lovely energy that we are exposed to today and to put back into the institution. I am happy to share Councillor Bailey with the organizing committee, which is an impressive committee because to get 20 Jamaicans in one room is not easy. To get 40 Jamaicans is impossible. To get close to 100 Jamaicans is damn near impressive. So I want to acknowledge the organizing committee. But as much as we're happy to see many of you back in Jamaica, we have some gaps and I'm not shy to ask for your support. And for those who disagree with me, your current principal is here. Because he's my principal now. I have adapted him. So, if you have a problem, we will deal with it outside. We won't deal with it in civilized company. But in all seriousness, if you live abroad, you have access to more resources for your educational institutions. If you have moved out of St.Ann, you may be in an area that has access to greater resources. But for one of the most beautiful places in Jamaica, which means you're in one of the most beautiful places in the world, let us give those who still reside a chance at a first world education. And the people in this room have the resources to make that happen. That's where you say, yeah man, I have money man, I live a foreign. That's where you say so. And if you don't live a foreign, you say, yeah man, I have money to because we're proud and we deserve to see where we came from have the best school in the world. Monroe College in St. Elizabeth don't have a better view than Chalky. Campion College in Kingston don't have better grounds than Chalky. So, now that we have established that there's absolutely no reason for Chalky Hill to not come first, I'm willing to connect you with the Sandals Foundation so you can help us to prepare the students for PEP. The third way is a way that myself and Councillor Bailey are working on, where we intend to solar the school next year so that the resources that go to JPS can go to the additional needs of the school every single year, every single month, every single week. And we've already gotten the commitment from Transport. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a joy to see you enjoying yourself. And I have come here this evening as a mendicant. Not as a mendicant or a beggar for your money, but as a mendicant and a beggar for your recommitment to the school that you love. I'm asking to give you time, I'm asking you to give you energy, and I'm asking you to give you love to a school that should be the #1 primary school in Jamaica. I'm asking you to recommit your energy to an institution that gave you all of what contributed to who you are, to give to the young people what they can be. Ladies and gentlemen, Chalky Hill is beautiful. I am blessed to represent Northeast St.Ann, but I wasn't as blessed as you to have attended Chalky Hill. And Sir Principal, if anybody complains when I leave it to you. I see someone will get nervous, like I didn't plan for complaining when I leave. But in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful campus, great teachers, bright and brilliant young people. They just need your help. They're going to get me and Geneva help. We fight every day. Sometimes we're not the most popular at the Chase Fund, at the National Education Trust. When me and Geneva Costa know how we come back. Alright? Because we fight for the resources for the school. And we live in a developing country. We have fixed a number of problems. But the only way we fix the micro problems is with our support being generated from those who live here, those who left here, those who want to come back. But Chalky Hill has immense potential. It should lead in 3 years. If it doesn't lead in 3 years, we should have a come to Jesus moment with our principal, and then we figure it out. But the talent, the skill, the money is in the room. It's not a large school, but it's a great school. Welcome back home for those who came home. Welcome back to Ocho Rios for those who left a long time ago. Welcome to those who live in Chalky Hill but chose to drive down to Ocho Rios. Enough love. Chalky Hill will be great. Chalky Hill will come first in 3 years. And if it doesn't, the principal will beat me. Enough love. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Honorable Samura. Just like what Robert said, he loved cricket. Then steal up on the field and he get beaten.
True.
Right? Said me love drink rum. And me guy bar. Don't never drink rum. And me love preach and me go to church, never preach. If a politician come and talk politics, because I'm a politician. Right? So I don't want nobody to hang on my head and say when I chat politics. You can't get everybody and everybody in one place at one time. Thank you very much, sir. At this time, we have put hands together and give them a good round of applause. We have a young lady here. She said she take 30 minutes from Kingston to be here. And I don't want you to take 15 go back home. Because the ticket nowadays I have to find a long down house money. Right? Although she's in the capacity where she can defend herself. But at this time we're going to invite Miss Jennifer Johnson to come, and she will do her presentation to you.
Just 1 minute. Seconds, couple seconds.
just before Miss Johnson, 0071 KD is blocking somebody outside who would like to leave. 0071 KD is blocking somebody on the outside.
Is it the 30-minute first?
Good evening, everyone. All protocols observed. I'm here to make a presentation to Miss Gordon, my grade 1 teacher. Marjorie Gordon hails from the beautiful district of Golden Grove in this She gave me the name Jennifer. As soon as she left the classroom, Jennifer, you are in control. You are in charge. Because I don't know, but something, and I will never forget it. You're ahead of the rest, so you need to bring them with you. That was what she said to me. And it never left me to this day. She hails from the beautiful district of Golden Grove in the parish of St.Ann. Her educational journey started as a student of Golden Grove College School, where she received a Jamaica school certificate, which enabled her to transition into her professional career. Later, she was invited to join Golden Grove Basic School in 1972, where she was exposed to early childhood education as a pre-trained teacher for 1 year. This experience proved to be the transformative avenue into early childhood and primary education. Her next job was at the Iron Mountain Primary School, where much insights were gained, teaching the curriculum in the cohort of 6- and 7-year-olds. She was also involved in the teaching of adults during the Jamaica movement for the Advancement of Literacy program, dubbed the Jamal program in Jamaica, a community-based literacy initiative which sought to eradicate illiteracy in Jamaica. Between 1976 and 1985, she earned her teaching certificate through the In-Service Teachers Education Trust Program in collaboration with the Jamaica Teachers College. Her sojourn in her career further took her to Brownstown Primary School, where she spent 9 years, after which she obtained a position at the Noble Institution, Chalky Hill All-Age School in the cool hills of St.Ann. After the completion of 10 wonderful years at the Chalky Hill All-Age School, she moved on to the Mona Heights Primary School in Kingston, where she was greatly involved in many of the school's programs, most notably the 4-H clubs of Jamaica. During this period, she also gained her bachelor's degree in early childhood and primary education between Shortwood Teachers College and the University of the West Indies. At Mona Heights Primary School, she was an appointed senior teacher and then assumed the post of grade coordinator for grade 1 for 3 years. Among these positions, she became teacher representative for the PTA and on the board, was a consultant for various functions, staff dinners and graduations. In 1985, she joined the staff at the Chalky Hill Primary School under the leadership of Mr. Alvin White, principal. There she continued to serve and bond with the community, who responded favorably to her entrance at the school. Upon her arrival at the institution, she did not hesitate to start to stimulate the minds of those who were entrusted with her care. Her reading techniques exceeded expectations and was specifically seen in the vast improvement in literacy of 2 4-year-old students who, by curiosity, entered her class in the evenings. By the end of the school year, they grasped reading concepts without formal coaching. During her tenure at the school, her wish was to see students excel academically so they could conquer the world of work, both nationally and internationally. Mrs. Gordon found great joy in planning lessons for the students, especially because of the wonderful students, a testament to the school's high regard for promoting discipline and its service to teachers. Mrs. Gordon also found great enjoyment in the school's activities as she was heavily involved in the school's extracurricular activities and sports day. Notably at the time, the sports house competed each week for prizes for different projects, and her house won many of these coveted awards. Not only did she serve in the classroom, but she also served the teachers by representing them at the local level at the district association meetings where school matters affecting teachers were discussed. This she did with pride and dignity. Using her experience at the Chalky Hill Olive School, she was also able to pursue her diploma at the Money Teachers College, which enabled her to broaden her spectrum in the field of education. After spending 42 years in the teaching profession, she resigned from the teaching profession in 2013. Her service was recognized by the Jamaica Teachers Association. Mrs. Gordon's sojourn in education was a rewarding and fulfilling experience, having nurtured many students and watched them grow to their full potential. Serving as a teacher for the Chalky Hill All Age was an important milestone, as the institution helped her to strengthen her professional growth as an educator. She is deeply humbled to have contributed to the illustrious institution and to associate with students and parents and staff. The experience gained will always be cherished, and the continued love and lifelong lessons learned will be forever remembered. The many precious and exciting moments spent at the Chalky Hill Olive School will always resonate with her as she navigates life's journey. Mrs. Gordon will always be remembered as an ordinary individual with extraordinary service who tried to impact the lives of others. Thank you. And no, I won't take 15 minutes to go back to Kingston.
We're going together. You see, prophecy, sometimes it comes through the same time and it takes a while. Now, Miss Gordon prophecy in calling her Jenny fat. It just come to pass. It just come to pass. And this time I invite Patrice to come, and she will do a presentation to Miss Lopez.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, and these beautiful teachers that have all touched our lives. This is an honor to Mrs. Sharon Del Rita Moore da Costa. It is my great pleasure to continue introducing Mrs. Sharon Del Rita Moore da Costa, a dedicated and passionate educator whose career spans several decades of unwavering service in the field of education. Mrs. Moore da Costa's journey began in 1982 when she graduated from the Michael Teachers College after completing a year internship at the Convent of Mercy Academy, affectionately known as Alpha. Sorry about that. Her teaching career took off at Stokes Hall Academy in St. Thomas, where she taught home economics. In 1983, she joined the Queen's School, continuing her role as a home economics teacher. The following year, in 1984, she began teaching at the Wilmers High School for Girls. Between 1985 and 1987, she served at the Mona Secondary High and Holy Childhood High School while teaching food and nutrition at GCE level at Michael Evening College. From 1998 to 1992, she taught home economics at Ocho Rios High School. Between 1993 and 1995, she worked as a hostel coordinator and home economics teacher at Listomere Gilby High School for the Deaf. In 1997, Mrs. da Costa joined the Chalky Hill All-Age School, then known, where she would serve with distinction until 2016. During her tenure there, she pursued higher education, earning a Bachelor of Arts degree in General Studies from the Jamaica Theological Seminary. Her academic journey did not end there. Between 2009 and 2012, she pursued and earned a master's in education from the University of Sheffield. We are incredibly thankful, Mrs. da Costa, for your dedication, your patience, and passion for education. Your impact has reached far beyond the classroom, touching lives and shaping futures. As the French journalist Joseph Joubert once said, to teach is to learn twice over. Thank you, Mrs. da Costa, for your service, and congratulations on your extraordinary career. God bless you. Even though you're out of the classroom now, I know that you're still touching lives of young people. May God continue to bless and keep you. We love you.
Put your hands together one more time. I now invite Krista Stevens to come, and she will do her presentation for Miss Taylor, which is unavoidably absent.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Crystal Stevens. It is my honor to introduce a truly outstanding educator whose dedication, passion, and hard work have made a profound impact on our school community. This teacher not only inspires students to reach their full potential, but also supports colleagues with kindness and professionalism. Miss Francine Taylor's education voyage began at Mitchelltown Primary School in a small rural district in Bear, Florida. From there, she continued her education journey at the Bustamante Secondary School and then the Bear Technical High School. However, her academic journey didn't stop there. She went on to further her studies at Paisley Garden Teachers College, now known as the Case College of Agricultural Science, where she earned a diploma in primary education. Miss Taylor's career began at Chalky all-age school in 1995. That's the year I started, where she was a first grade teacher for many years. But she went on to further her studies at the University of the West Indies, where she earned a bachelor's degree with honors in language arts, literacy studies. She continued working at the Chalky Hill College as a second and third grade teacher, where she also served many other capacities, including teachers, representative, and secretary of the school board. She spent a total of 26 years at the Chalky Hill College. Currently, she teaches at an elementary school in the United States of America, where she's a 5th grade language art and social studies teacher, where she has earned many awards as an exceptional educator, renowned for her unwavering passion for teaching and commitment to academic excellence. With expertise in the language arts, she skillfully integrates technology and hands-on learning to engage every learner, ensuring that each student's unique potential is recognized and nurtured. She also inspires students to excel in innovative, student-centered instruction that cultivates critical thinking, creativity, and a lifelong love of learning. Beyond academics, she fosters a supportive community that encourages collaboration and personal growth. According to Ms. Taylor, education is more than just a professionalism. It is a calling. It's the sparks that light curiosity, the bridge that connect dreams to reality, and the foundation on which we build our future. Educators hold the incredible power to shape not only minds but hearts. Every day in the classroom is an opportunity to ignite a student passion for learning, to open doors they never thought possible, and to nurture confidence that lasts a lifetime. It's about seeing potential where others see challenges and believing wholeheartedly in every child's ability to succeed. Please join me in celebrating Miss Francine Taylor, a remarkable educator deserving of this award and our deepest appreciation. I thank you.
Thank you very much. They are coming down nicely. We know that time is going. All right, at this time we'll have Miss Ellery, and she will do representation for Miss Robinson.
Good evening again, everyone, and all protocols observed.
once more. I am truly grateful for the privilege to stand here this evening and to give a tribute. I hope that at the end, after all this is said and done, I'll be able to come back and say something to Mr. White. But for right now, my allotted time is to do a tribute to Mrs. Vadalee Robinson. Okay. So, my original thought was to bring my notebook. Yes? I was going to bring my notebook with everything I know about Mrs. Robinson. Right? But then the preacher kind of added to the thing, the preacher, not the chairperson, the preacher, and said that we have to be limited. So if I had even brought the notebook, I wouldn't be able to use it. So I'll go from memory because I know Mrs. Robinson for so long and in so many different ways. I did not have her as a teacher in school, but I had her as a teacher in many different forms. So I might not just stick to her being a teacher at the school because I was only at Chalky Hill School. As much as you see me online talking on a lot of things, I was only there from September to March. All right. Let me get the gist. So somebody said 6 months, and you were so and you have so much to say. I said yes, I was impacted and I was impacting. So for the 6 months, I had a great time being in Chalky Hill School. So going to Chalky Hill School was a privilege for me. And the school I was before, I was coming first in class all the time, but the teacher never put me in a common entrance class. So my sister decided she would take me to stay by my aunt, who is the mother of Mrs. Robinson's husband. So while I was at school, I was being watched. And when I was at home, I was being taught to go back to school. So I had homework from school and I had homework from her. Mrs. Robinson, so her name is Vadalee Robinson. So Vivian Vadalee Robinson. We call her Sister V for most of us who go to church. So I looked up the name Vadalee, and it says Vadalee is an Italian origin that means vitality and life. Then I looked up Vivian, and it meant the same thing. Vivian is also life, full of life. And believe thou me, Sister V is full of life. So I know her as an educator at Chalky Hill School, teaching many students, not myself, but many students, and she was very impacting. She gave life to a lot of things, and if you know her, she would always be the one to play games with us. She would sing with us, and she would teach us. For those of us who came from Hermitage, Sister V used to keep fasting, and we would go in Mr. White's office for break time prayer. So, for lunchtime prayer time. So we were impacted in many different ways by her. So teachers like Sister V are unsung heroes. Many times people overlook them and do not give them the credit they deserve. But I can tell you for sure, she's one of resilience. I remember her telling the story of how she passed common entrance twice. No, I struggled to pass common entrance once. Because the first time she passed it, she passed along with one of her other siblings who was older. So that sibling was allowed to go to high school before her because her parents couldn't afford both of them at the same time. But her resilience kept her going back, and she went and she passed it the next year. Sister V is a graduate of Michael Teachers College. She did her 1-year internship after she was finished with Michael. She taught at Chalky Hill School for 7.5 years. Then she went to New York and she taught there for another 28 years. So she gave a whole 36 years of her life to educating students. Thank you. I can truly say that she's one of those who really, she pushes her students to excellence. She would not settle for anything less. I remember when I went to New York, motherless, and my father lives here, I took the LPN exam and she said, "Why you don't want to do LPN? What happened to the RN? And then I did the RN, and she said, why you took the associate degree? Why you never did the bachelor's? Then I did the bachelor's, and she said, why you didn't just continue to a 5-year thing and do the master's with it, and so forth. So today I can say that I'm a proud teacher. I teach at the university too, and it's because of teachers like Mrs. Robinson and Mr. White, who would always keep pushing. I appreciate her for that, for her power of educating and her power of encouragement. When you have early encounters with teachers who are encouragers, you will excel. And God gave me that opportunity when I went to Chalky Hill School to meet teachers like Mrs. Robinson, who wasn't my teacher at school, like I said, but my teacher at home. And for that, I am grateful. Beyond the classroom, she's also a minister's wife, a pastor's wife, and she's a minister herself. And that made her another teacher of excellence. She is truly a teacher par excellence. And in everything that she does, she expects you to do the same. She expects you to excel just as much as she does. She settles for nothing less than the best. She is a prayer warrior, and I like to say that the chairperson said earlier, if you come here and you're a politician, you will talk politics. If you come here and you're a Christian, you will talk something about Christianity. So as we grow as Chalky Hill students, and we are doing so much for the school and everything else, my prayer today is that we will have more excellent teachers who will not just train us in the classrooms, but will also train us to be good citizens and to also be citizens of integrity. And I pray, I know that we might have different religions in here, so I will say I pray that we will all have some respect for God himself, and that we will grow in him, and that we will do well. I pray that as we do for Chalky Hill School and do for our teachers, we will do for ourselves and we'll do for those who are coming behind us. Mrs. Robinson, you have been a great encourager, you have been an excellent teacher, and you have been a very excellent partner to work with in many different areas in my life, including raising my children. So I can truly say, for me, it's different from many of you, because even until this day, I still pass by, and once I tell her I'm coming, she's coming downstairs with the comb and the brush for me to do her hair. So I still have a relationship with her. I love you, and I pray that God will continue to strengthen you. I don't want to use my whole notebook, so I'm going to cut and say the Lord bless you.
Put your hands together and give them another round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You might be wondering, 10 persons around the table, and everything has been said about the female. What about the male? Eh? Because I'm sure right here now, as much as the amount of female inside here, if one cow come at the door, or one rat run through the door, and the man them about to call. We don't know the man them about call the man. Okay, Tira, you see the rat, you see the cow here. And some cheer and some something they climb up on. But anyway, we thank God. Amen? Amen. I passed through Chalky School. When I say passed through, we grew up, born and go give some good to Chalky School. Along with my brothers.
Your cousins, you know, the whole lemon.
And some days I have a Chalky School, I will never forget. This is a generation now, microwave generation. Children live up at Porter Street and I will drive you down to school here. Sometimes we give them ride, you know. But then at time we start feeling and they say, wow. So when I leave Chalky school, I was looking. Let me tell you, I got through Chalky school from grade 1. And the only time I put on my shoes on my foot is when I reach grade 9. And how I get to put it on? With my Sunday church shoes and inspector was coming up to school and I wear it to that day. Go back home for wipe it up and put it on. Leave Chalky school, pass from Ocho Rios secondary. I walk from Davidstone in the wee hours of the morning when you can cut the dark and walk through it to Draxall. And thank God. Thank God. Throw it on. Throw it on. And these honorees that are here today, they deserve what they are getting. Mr. White, Mr. Hemings, we have a song in our song that we always sing on Father's Day. Father along, you know all about it. Father along, we'll understand why. And today, we are here to pay them respect. At this time, I will invite Miss Jacqueline to come. And she's going to do a presentation to Rastaman, Mr. Hemings, my teacher, my principal. I love this man, I tell you. I put out a thing the other day, and I said, he was the last funeral I attended at Lauriston, with tears in my eyes. I said to the congregation, I'm not going to wait until he died to tell him how much I love him and appreciate him. And today I'm standing here and I can say the same thing in front of him now. I remember. All because of what he instilled in me from those days until now. I am proud, I feel good, I feel big, I feel heavy and high.
Good evening, everyone. All protocols observed. Salute to all the honorees. Really happy to see everyone. All the connections that were broken so many years ago. It's really good to see everyone. So today we had a 360 degrees. I'm here to honor Mr. Austin George Hemings. I really believe my sister should have been here. I wasn't taught by Mr. Hemings. He was before my time. But today we had a 360 degrees. I was talking to my sister Anne-Marie, and she was on the phone giving me another earful about how much of a wonderful person Mr. Hemings is. So she was telling me he's quiet, he is this, he is that, and then, oh, my phone is ringing. Mr. Hemings is calling me. Yes, Mr. Hemings, I knew you called her today because she was talking to me about you. Okay, so I'm very honored to do this. I remember my grandfather, late Dr. Barrett, used to call him teacher. He loved teacher. Teacher Hemings, that was his idol, but thank God for him. Mr. Austin George Hemings. He began his academic journey at Claremont Elementary School before advancing to Caledonia Junior College. He furthered his studies at Micah Teachers College, now known as Micah University College, where he received a foundational training in education. His pursuit of academic excellence continued at the University of the West Indies, where he earned a Bachelor's of Arts honors degree. Mr. Hemings began his career in education as an assistant teacher at Skibo, hopefully I'm saying that right, Skibo All-Age School in Portland. Okay, Skibo, okay. His leadership capabilities soon earned him the position of headmaster or principal at Belvedere All-Age School in St.Ann. All-Age School in Portland, and later at Chalky Hill All-Age School in St.Ann. He went on to serve as vice principal of Marcus Garvey Secondary School, which is now known as Marcus Garvey Technical High School, where he played a significant role in advancing secondary education. Expanding his impact beyond the classroom, Mr. Hemings took on the role of manager of the St.Ann Credit Union, now known as the First Regional Corporate Credit Union, demonstrating his versatility and commitment to financial empowerment in the community. His career in education administration culminated with his appointment as an education officer for Region 3, where he was instrumental in shaping educational policy and supporting school development across the region. A man of deep faith and service, Mr. Hemings is an elder at Lauriston United Church, where he contributes to spiritual leadership and community outreach. Since 2001, he has served with the distinction as a Justice of the Peace, offering his time and wisdom in service to the justice system. In addition, he is actively involved as a facilitator in the restorative justice system, helping to foster healing, understanding, and resolution within communities. We honor a hero this evening who has worked hard and is well deserving of honor, Mr. Austin George Hemings. Mr. Hemings, please come, sir. Thank you.
Let's see where we are here. This will term as table 1, and that was termed as table 2. And don't let me ask Mr. Hemings, Ms. Holmes, or Mr. White to get up and start using the strap or the cane, because you people are making noise. So if I see it again, I'm going to take off my belt and give it one of these 3, and anything you don't get, you take. Alright? Alright. We are coming down nice. At this time, I'm going to invite Paul. He will come and he will give his spirit for Mr. White. Put your hands together as he comes.
Good night, everyone. Okay, well, it is my distinct pleasure this evening to give a tribute to my father, Alvin Anthony Herbert White. Now, Mr. White hails from the parish of St. Mary, from a little community called Cascade, which is right on the border of St.Ann and St. Mary. As a matter of fact, the White River actually runs through the backyard, right there in Cascade. He first attended the Newstead Elementary School and eventually Caledonia Junior College as well in 1966. In 1969, he entered the premises of the Michael Teachers College to follow his passion to become an educator. So while his first teaching experience was as a pre-trained teacher at Newstead Elementary School in 1965, then at Fellowship Elementary in 1966, Mount Angus All-Age School in 1968, and Ocho Rios Junior Secondary School, which is now Ocho Rios High School, and that was in 1970, which he did for teacher training. In 1974, he became the principal at Epworth All-Age School, where he spent a year before moving on to Pear Tree Grove All Age School in 1975, which is actually the year I was born. Mr. White spent 3 years there before coming to the school where he'd spend the rest of his career, which is Chalky Hill All Age School. Yes. And this was in 1978. And he remained at the school until 2005 when he retired. Now, many of us know that Mr. White is a very good sportsman, so he loved to play cricket. But that talent seemed to have passed me. But he was a very good cricketer, and I remember him playing with us even at the school there. Now, but what many persons remember out of everything is Mr. White being a disciplinarian. Yes. You know, he was one of those persons who did not believe that you should spare the rod and spoil the child. And we all remember, I heard mention made of the belt, that up Snow White, but also the switches that we used to have to. You remember the back of the old school? Yes. And we'd go there and then cut some of the things there and we'd fashion it into a switch. And I used to wonder if that's something that was actually taught at Jesus College or something, but it was a thing there. So, but the final part about the beat, you know, back in the day when I was a bit younger, I would be walking on the road, maybe in Ocho Rios or somewhere, and one of the older ones from Chalky would see me, and they would say, "Are you Mr. White's son?" So I would shyly say yes, because I know what was coming. The father used to give me some liquor school, and then I would have to kind of shy away. But of course, that was all for the betterment of us, because he wanted us to remain on the right path, and he wanted us to achieve as best as we could. Now, it's hard to put into words how much Mr. White has meant to many of us. For many of us, he wasn't just a teacher. He was also a mentor, a guide, and even a friend. His passion for teaching, coupled with his genuine care for each student, created an environment where we learn not only lessons from the textbook, but lessons which are invaluable for our lives in general. We know that while Mr. White is no longer in the classroom, the impact of his work will continue to ripple through the lives of all the students that he has touched. So, on behalf of all the past students of the Chalky Hill All Age School, I want to express our deep gratitude to say thank you for your dedication, your wisdom, your patience, and your unwavering commitment to helping us grow. You've given us more than education, you've given us a foundation for life. So, thank you very much, Mr. White. I'll invite Mr. Clive Salmon, and then you can go there.
Just a bit, Mr. White. Okay, my stuff's going to be very short, not too long. Paul did it for me. But first, before I say anything, I'm looking in the room. I want to thank Mr. Hemings, Ms. Robinson. Those are my teachers. Mrs. Johnson taught me, but not for a long while. Ms. Pauline, Ms. Stevenson, and Mr. White. I want to thank you guys for giving me all the opportunity and all the learning, the teaching, and I got the learning experience from you, because every day I go to work, I remember my foundation where I started. Yeah. And I work, you know, for Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, as a scientist, and I said to myself, without Chalky Hill, I wouldn't do that. Yes. Yeah. That's my base right there. So, for who haven't known me, my name is Clive Salmon. I'm a proud past student of the Chalky Hill All Age School. I am so happy and honored and delighted to be here tonight with each and every one of you to celebrate this important event and present this award to Mr. Alvin White. Please come up, Mr. White. Yeah. This time. Yeah. you're the man of the moment, so you got to come up here. So Mr. White, I'm very proud and honored to honor you with this prestigious award. And you, for everyone here, I know you made a footprint in their life. So that's why we came to the decision to do this for you. And I'm so proud to give you this award. Ladies and gentlemen, please give Mr. White a round of applause. And stand up, please. Stand up. Stand up. Here you go, Mr. White. And I'm so happy and honored to hand it over to you. Thank you very much.
Okay, I just want to say thank you so much for all this, and of course on behalf of my other colleagues, it has been good being here, and it has been even better knowing that so many of you still kept us in mind.
Yes.
In mind. Not only because of maybe the pleasantries. As I might put it, sometimes it probably was not quite pleasant at all. And I was even reminded of memories here by some of you. Okay? But I want to thank the organizers of this program. Very much. They have spent quite a long time putting this program together, and I feel very proud to be a part of this, seeing that many of you didn't walk it up here, but maybe came from abroad, in particular to be a part of this. Okay, my stay at Chalky Hill has been very encouraging to me. In so many ways. Not only that well, it was not a piece of pie. The classroom has never been a piece of pie. We all had to work and to use our intuition to get the best that we can out of the students. Because that's our main aim, you know. Whatever else we might want to do. But the main aim is to encourage the kids and to get the best out of them, to help them to perform better than maybe they normally would not. So that is a part of why I'm there, why I was there, a challenge. The classroom is always a challenge. Always. Sometimes you leave home in a good mood and you reach a good day and there you go for the day. There you go for the day. But you still had to do what you thought was right. We go by a code, educational code, and we have to live as close as possible to that code. We can't take things into our own hand because we see some things going one way. As a matter of fact, I was having problems with students fighting and taking cutting implements to school. And I put them into groups. When they come in and I search them, I don't put my hands in the pocket or the bag. I let them toss it out. But in doing that, I also went to the police station and asked the suit there to come and address my PTA meeting. He came and I introduced him and I told him, well, I told him exactly why he was here. That I did not put my hands in the pocket of the skirt or the bag, but I asked him to just out the room. Okay. His response was, Teacher White, you are wrong, sir. In the parent-teacher meeting, so I knew that. I knew that. No, I knew that. He said, what you ought to do, send to the station and ask us to come and address the situation. We know we might not have any vehicle, no driver, or no gas. And by that time, the act has been done at the school, and I had to be with it. So, okay, I was happy that the parents heard it, and they look at me now, you can't tell me, so I didn't do this, because the law is there, and I'm doing the law. Okay. Well, I enjoyed my time there for 26 years, 27 years. And it's not because it was a bed of roses at Chalky. Every school has the problem. Every community has the problem. And we have to deal with the problem as best as we can. And audience, I'll share just one more thing with you. I went to the region office and collected salary one day. Came back lunchtime, inside writing up the salary for the teachers in the office. Then the commotion started from the playfield. Those of you who know Chalky. And so there's something wrong. Then within a little while, it was through the gate. And they came to the office door. I got up, called the teacher and said, look at this for me. There was a boy there, a schoolboy. He did not attend school for that day, that week. But he was over the common, they say, with a knife, stabbing cows. He fell on the knife, and it ran into him, and they brought him there. Now what should I do? I should send them to wash him up, clean him up, put on good clothes on him while he's suffering. And I said, no, put him in the car. And I got two girls to come with me and drove as fast as I could to the hospital, just to save his life. That was nice. He was not at school for a week, but hold on, give you a little more than that. While we were there and he was waiting on the dock, some other parents, people, started passing remarks. And look at the boy come from school. And you can make the principal not look as good as him. So I said to the person, don't mention anything. Just stay here. And I took it. Because there's something that it doesn't take much out of me. That's right. I don't think so. Okay, well, it has been good being at Chalky Hill, and thank you very much for thank you very much for inviting us here, and we do appreciate it all, and all the very best. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. White. Put your hands together one more time for you. You see, pastor, politician, principal, once you're in a leadership position, you must learn to take criticism. You guys say, you can't take it, you're going to do the wrong thing. One parent one day told me, a teacher told me one day, you have to discipline a parent. Because the parents have one child, and the teacher teach at a school and have 42 children or students in the class. And after she finished teach from Monday to Friday, the parents have the heart to come to the teacher. Teacher can take Brian for Saturday to do extra lesson. Teacher says she stand up with having a good guts and good God in a road to her. Because she have 42 students from Monday to Friday. And she have one child. And want the teacher to take the one child for Saturday. Some are wicked, you know. Some are very wicked. And we hear teacher White say sometimes we leave home with good grace and good vim and good vigor to the day. But when you see the school and see the school gate, your belly drop. And even some of us as preachers, sometimes we go to church ready to preach, and sometimes some things fierce with. We find out God. We dash it down and run. So brethren, ladies and gentlemen, you see if you not call for leadership, not going high. Not going high. Sometimes you not go lonely. Sometimes you go want to ask a question, what if, why, what if, why? But if you call for it, God will sustain you and see you through. Put your hands together, everybody, one more time. All right, you know that time is going, right? And some of us have something, some end so not up before the night on. Good. How far to go? The people from foreign are going tonight, so I do my forest. So who live at Jamaica, sit down and stay in highway, 15 minutes, 5 minutes to reach home. All right. 7 days make a week, not true? From Sunday to Sunday, so many days. So which day is the 8th day? Sunday. All right. Shoot yourself like foot. All right. At this time, we'll have at least 2, 3 open trees. 3, and the first one is the former principal at one time from State Town, Miss Lindo. Mrs. Lindo, I'm going to ask her to come at this time. And 2 more after. 2 more. Short, sweet, and spicy. The story was told of this man walked to give a tribute at a funeral. But his foot, one of his foot was a car foot. And he said to the family, if I go long, juke me in that foot. So he was going along and they keep juking him. And the man wouldn't stop. Ah, the man juking my foot, the man not feel. So when he come now, he said, Mr. Lemon, imagine me juking your foot. The man told me, and I car foot, yeah, joke. So me think nobody have no car foot in at the night. Right? So we want everybody to reach home in good time. Come, madam. Yes, madam. You don't have 3 and you don't have 1 now. You need to give her a hand.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I had actually given up and said I wouldn't bother after I saw the function going so very well. I don't know why I mentioned it again. But just to say, it was the author, Charles Swindoll, who said, "Great accomplishments are often attempted, but only occasionally reached. What is encouraging is that those who reach them are usually those who miss many, many times." Ladies and gentlemen, allow me please to bring greetings as a proud retiree myself, as we gather to recognize and to celebrate incredible accomplishment of these retired educators of the Chalky Hill All-Age School. They all have displayed dedication, perseverance, and hard work at the institution. And I can talk because you are neighbors. They have distinguished themselves in their chosen field and have given selflessly to the development of the youth in that community. I sincerely congratulate all the honorees who have transformed lives and promoted nation building. They gave of their time and talents, and in many ways they have answered their call to service. Tonight, I deem it an honor to be able to celebrate with Mr. Alvin White and Mrs. Madge Gordon specifically. And I'll tell you why. Alvin and Madge were my neighbors, school neighbor and community neighbor. I was privileged to work with these two stalwarts over the years, both academically and socially. As school neighbors, you know, Chalky Hill, next door to Steer Tower. I was at Steer Tower. We participated in meetings. We served on committees together. We attended the same district association meetings and events. And we shared the same education officers and attended school events. And you notice, as I said, education officer, I took a good look at Mr. Hemings, because Mr. Hemings at one time was our education officer. So Mr. Hemings, when I went to Seattle, Mr. Hemings was principal at Chalky Hill. And he went around and he came to be my education officer. So, you know, we still have good touch right there. Right, Mr. Hemings? Good. On the other hand, we three, Alvin, Madge, and myself, resided for a little time in the Buckfield community in Ocho Rios. neighbor again. We participated in social events at each other's home from time to time. We attended community events together. As neighbors, Alvin and Madge demonstrated unwavering dedication and commitment to their school as well as to their neighboring State-owned school. I could call him Mr. White for any little thing, for any little explanation. He would be there for me. I acknowledge their sterling contribution to nation building and to the development of the young and the vulnerable. These have made an impact on many individuals in that community. The friendly, sociable, and dedicated demeanor they displayed speak volumes. Present students and past students alike would always be motivated by Mr. White and the other teachers to excel in whatever tasks they attend. What I admire were the character traits that the teachers made every effort to instill in their champions. They were superb. Yes, there were testing times, as you heard Mr. White say. But they didn't panic. At no time I heard that Mr. White or Madge or any other teacher at Chalky panic when they came upon testing time. It's like Mr. White used peace to overcome any panic that arose. You know, it is said our performance is directly related to the thoughts we deposit in our memory banks. We can only draw on what we deposited. Mr. White's bank was full. Mr. White just drew like an artist. He did a lot of drawing. His dedication and his leadership style surely influenced those who worked with him. I tell you what I observed. They all worked. They were on a mission together. Existing in us is that extra inner reservoir of power that is more than a match for the stuff life throws at us from time to time. And you see, when this reservoir is put in operation, phenomenal accomplishments are achieved. Mrs. Gordon was an inspiration to many, both in school and in her community. A lot of her time was spent encouraging non-performers. And ladies and gentlemen, I underline encouraging, because I firmly believe that it is essential that we are committed
to encouragement. Encourage daily. You might just renew someone's spirit. Mrs. Gordon taught these non-performers, I would say, from Proverbs 14. The prudent must give thought to their steps. They must plan for the future. Prudence being an element of wisdom, they need to seek wisdom to be able to order their steps. What I admire about her, I admire her act of running with perseverance and keeping her eyes on the prize. Her contribution, though it may seem small, is unique and altogether hers. Whatever it may be, it becomes a timeless trophy she invests in daily. Sometimes, our lack of thoughtfulness allows us to only focus on ourselves and not on what others have to face. But ladies and gentlemen, you can see that for these honorees, the times heighten the need for sharing, for caring, and for giving. They gave generously of their time, and God worked His purpose into their lives. He motivated them, kept them going, and striving, and as such, they in turn let God's love flow through them to others. Honorees, remember, and I have seen it since evening here, what I'm going to say. Your students can always remember that their success now is a reflection of the values that they learned in those early years at Chalky College. Ladies and gentlemen, let the watchword be encouragement. Continue to do this and renew someone's spirit. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
Alright, I didn't say two more after this, but this take up the two. This take up the two. So this time we have clippings from Anthony Smith, sorry. So just sit back, walk along, and enjoy it.
Smith, also known as Paul, although Mr. White likes to call me Hermitage. But I'm sorry I cannot join you tonight in person. I know this will be an unforgettable evening of celebration and reflection. I want to sincerely thank the organizing committee for making this event possible and for creating this wonderful opportunity to honor our teachers and express our gratitude for the invaluable education and guidance we received from Chalky Hill All-Age School. Although some of our teachers are no longer with us, and I may not recall every name, but I would like to extend my deepest thank you to Mr. Cheddar from grade 1, Mr. Hudson, also known as Sweets, Mr. Gloria Smith, Mr. Vitally, Sister Lee Robinson, Mr. Johnson, and of course, Mr. White from grade 9. Mr. White, we will never forget those times of cleaning your car and finding a little extra reward in the process. Although I did not attend high school in Jamaica, I remain proud to say the discipline and strong foundation I received at Chalky Hill All-Age School played a crucial role in my success in the United States. Since leaving Chalky Hill School, I have completed my high school at Erasmus Hall in Brooklyn, New York. I earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Computer Science from Rochester Institute of Technology in Rochester, New York. And I also obtained a master's degree in cybersecurity from the University of Maryland. For all of this, I credit the solid start to Chalky Hill All-Age School. You will never be forgotten, and you will never be. In fact, I am reminded of this every time I come home because I have to drive past the school to go to Hermitage. And that's why I got the name Hermitage from Mr. White. Thank you, Mr. White. Thank you, Chalky Hill. And thank you all. God bless you.
Amen. All right. You want to Jamaican phrase, a slide man who's a name gone abroad. Chalky in school can say then slide and the name gone abroad. All right. The word of God said, can any good thing come out of Nazareth? And the answer said, come and see. Any good thing can come out of Chalky Hill? Yes. Can come out of Jamaica? Come out of this crowd tonight? Come and see. Only God. Okay, Mr. Gordon, you say you take 5, you give 2. If you go long, they go draw your jacket. That means that you come out by. Me not even come out by podium.
Master ceremony, Pastor Lemon. You know what I'll do for him? I will take off my coat so when he draws it, I'm not here. But I promise you, if my daughter at the back can quote me on for 5 minutes, I'll try to wrap up what I'm saying in 5 minutes. I had a text prepared. Things that we didn't know about Alvin and myself. So everything has been said about him already. What he didn't know is that his daughter, who is the head of the chemistry department at the Northern Caribbean University, Dr. White, Lisa, had paid to come to this function, but he didn't know that. And Lisa couldn't come because her foot is she's a bit immobile with a broken ankle. What he didn't know also is that his small brother, me, was going to come because we spoke and I didn't tell him that I was coming. He is my big brother whom I have learned from. What you don't know is that Mr. White graduated like 3 years ahead of me at the Jamaica Teachers College, now the Jamaica University College. I met him, and he seems to be that quiet, but I met him at an OA-sponsored advanced course in mathematics at the UII, that course was leading beyond the Michael Teachers College to a bachelor's degree in mathematics. So he sits quietly as though he's not very big and bold in mathematics, but he's one of the best mathematicians that you can find anywhere in Jamaica. What he didn't tell you also is that when he comes out and is playing cricket, football, and those games, is that he has been trained to train others in the sports of cricket, football, and all the games, so he understands them at the primary level, and he is so calm and quiet as though he doesn't know the game, and then he could bowl you any day of the week for that. What he hasn't told you also is that we operated a darts club in Ocho Rios, that he was one of the main persons that will throw a triple 60, a ton 40, and find bullseye like nothing. I hated when he walked into the dart club because my heart went down because I could not throw bullseye like him. So we traveled to Montego Bay, to Kingston, all over the place. My fightings are gone, playing darts all over the place, and he was the dart champion. What he hasn't told you also is that he was my domino partner. And in Madge Linda's function every year, in January, she's born like about the 2nd of January, I'm about the 4th of January, and all the Oizu in St.Ann and Kingston would come together. When Alvin walks in, all the fears of being beaten by Alvin and myself came out from everybody else. Mr. Hemings was a part of that, and the teachers of Chalky know about that kind of thing. Alvin was a very, very good domino player. He didn't tell you also that he played tennis, volleyball, all kind of games with his children. What he didn't tell you also what he didn't tell you also is that he gave his community service through the Rotary Club of Ocho Rios, climbed the hills of St.Ann to campaign for the eradication of polio in the parish of St.Ann. He didn't tell you, clap him. He didn't tell you also that the Sunshine School for the Amica was one of the main projects that we worked on, and for days and weeks he donned his work clothes, laid blocks, took up his paintbrush, painted the school, and now the schools are shining light in the parish of St.Ann. He didn't say also that he went through every office in the Rotary Club of Ocho Rios to the point of vice president of the club. He just didn't make the next step. Don't let them fool you. His calm demeanor is something. And what he hasn't told you also is that, early years, like Edward Brathwaite in Sydney Poitier, the measure of a man, the way he commits himself to and takes care of his family is something that he demonstrated beyond anything else that can be. I learned from his daughter, Lisa, that his wife did her graduate studies in Montego Bay, and Alvin drove twice per week to Montego Bay for the entire year because his wife never drove. With his children, Paul and Lisa, in the back of the car, them enjoying stimulating experiences in Montego Bay and so on. I don't want to say much about Alvin because my wife sits down and I must say something about her. But I'm just fitting in where we didn't tell you about those things. So when we were using straps, in the early years, that was the penal years in education, but it changed into rehabilitative therapy for children. So even though he was flogging Paul, Randy, and nobody knows Andrew, he was also flogging those. He's surprised that I know Andrew, So he actually never touched Lisa at all because he doesn't flog ladies. But let me just read the first part of what I had. I'm sorry, I have to talk about my wife shortly. But I was just reading this to everybody. Mr. Hemings, I'm sorry I couldn't concentrate on you another teacher, but let me read one page quickly. I had the distinct privilege to say thanks and celebrate a group of heroes and heroines who dedicated their entire lives to providing invaluable teaching and learning experiences to thousands of children who attended the Chalky Hill All-Age School in the parish of St.Ann, Jamaica. The effectiveness of their instructional interventions at the Chalky Hill All-Age School is most touchingly demonstrated today by this concert of past students from overseas in the diaspora and Jamaican Past Students Association to recognize their former teachers at the Chalky Hill School, All-Age School. In the words of the singer Ryan, we are giving them thanks and praises to the entire staff and to the current honorees. Let me just move to my wife quickly. I'm sure you'll give me a couple minutes to do that. I need to find that. In a moment, I'll have it in a moment. Okay, I think it's right here somewhere. Okay, what I was going to say about my wife though is that when I think about my wife, what comes to mind in terms of us is one of my poems that I love very much, and it's by William Wordsworth, The Daffodils. For I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of. But it's the last stanza which is important. For often on my couch I lie in vacant or intensive mood. She flashes upon my inward eye, which is my bliss of solitude. And so I can tell you that for Madge and myself, it was love at first sight, which never ended. We had a friendship for 7 years. We have 2 children. My daughter sits in the back of the room. She could stand quickly. I have Paul. Marjorie Gordon is my wife. What I can tell you about her quickly is that she is one of the most excellent remedial teacher of reading at the primary level. I watched her at home with children of affluent persons in Ocho Rios, moving from the back of the class because they could not read, taking their position at the front of the class and staying there throughout primary school, into high school, and into the business world, just because their potential to read was released and they could now comprehend and make a difference in their lives. She came to Kingston and did the same thing. She learned culinary arts through 4-H clubs, winning many trophies at the Denby Agricultural Show in agriculture and home economics. And there is hardly anybody who can cook like she does. But when she cooks at home, she cooks for the entire village, not just for the house. A pony jacket, alright. The last thing I would say is that we have been friends for 51 years. And 46 of those years we have been married. And so it's not very often you get a chance of saying to your wife in public that the love between us still exists and still continues. And with all the ups and downs and ins and outs, Alvin is my big brother. My brother in Rotary, my domino partner, my dart club nemesis, and what you name it, and family friend. And I'm very happy to get this privilege of saying to them, big brother, I love you. Mr. Hemings, not to be undone, we have known each other for so many years. Marcus Garvey and all the teachers here who sit right in front of you. I think we have known each other over the years, and I lift my hat to you because teaching is one of the most difficult tasks that anyone can take upon earth. I thank you.
Why is it when it born? You take a little piece, and from a little piece to a little piece, till you done. What a short message, long. Anyway, it was good. It was good. It was good. I say for the next honorary service like this, he's not going to be the first one, God's feeling that. He's going to be the first item. Well, if I'm alone, let him go on. And you see him put it, you see him put in sentence them, Mr. White never tell you say. I was so eager to hear what Mr. White never tell you say. Then he go on. I'm good done. But it was good. Put your hands together one more time. Amen. Okay, at this time we invite Mrs. Marsha McIntosh to come, and she will do a presentation to Miss Geneva Gordon Bailey.
Good evening, everyone. Protocols to my honorees. This presentation is actually to the school, but Mrs. Geneva Gordon Bailey is the chairman of the school, and so I thought it fit to hand it to her. And this gift was given from my good friends in the US, Katie and Jimmy. I know they're watching. It's some tablets to the school, and now that the PEP exam is almost out, I think it's just fair to hand them to the top students when the results are out. So Katie and Jimmy, I want to say a big thank you to you guys for helping me to help my school, and may God bless you, and I thank you very much. Love you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was well appreciative. And so, all good things must come to her. The good book said to everything there's a time and a season. Time we laugh, and some will laugh now and we go home. Well, when you see what we have to be tomorrow, it's long. But anyway, God will give strength. At least I'm going to invite all the teachers, especially the honorary, to stand, if they can just quickly formulate themselves whereby the photographer can take a good picture. I don't think you can make it up here. All the teachers group.
Got to do it chalk down. Oh, these are them, right?
In the meantime, the teachers are coming. I want to thank the chef, the caterer, Reed Tingle, at the back. Put your hands up, past student of the Chalky Hill All-Age School. And out of Chalky Hill All-Age School, presently we have 2 students that work as a pilot. Can any good thing come out of Nazareth? Come and look. Let him come and see, come and look. And so we give God the glory. and we continue to support the school, do what we can, and let us maintain the name.
Okay. Ready? Ready now? Ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright? Mr. Gardner, can just stay right because we're going to do close now. The rest can go back to this. We can stay right here. Alright? At this time we're going to invite Miss Elliot to come and she'll give the final word. Then Miss Chin will come and give the vote of thanks. And then there are votes out of here. Anything, Miss Elliot?
Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the school community, and I could say the region also, as board chairman of Chalky Hill Primary and Infant today, past Chalky Hill, all age. Is Mr. White? I just want to say thank you. Thank you for what I would have received on behalf of the school, and I'll make sure that next week at the graduation, it is presented to our top boys and girls. I must say to you that the Chalky Hill School is doing well as it reached to when it was GSAT, now it's PEP. We are going places. We want you to continue with this and come on board with us. A lot of things will be in place and doing some, the roof will be repaired. So the ministry is on move to doing a lot of work for the Chalky Hill Primary. I will continue to advocate strongly for the Chalky Hill Primary and Infant. I have other board members here. Mr. Stevens is a part of the board also. And we invite you as community members to work with us as we continue to grow with the brilliant minds that come out of Chalky Hill. Thank you, Mr. White. Thank you, Team Chalky Hill honorees. Thank you, everybody. And ladies, all the ladies that are honored here tonight, you don't look a day older than when you were at Chalky Hill. You are looking stunning, and I am proud to be in the presence of such ladies of beauty. God bless you. Thank you again, Chalky Hill all age primary past students. I want to say to the group of young ladies that are chairman, proud community member, and I want to say to the residents and constituents of Chalky Hill, big up on yourself, because on us represent on the community tonight, right up at Sandals, and we're proud because we know how much the plate of dinner costs. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bear in mind also, tomorrow, all roads leads to the Chalky Hill Infant and Primary School ground. Back to school giveaway for the treat for the kids, and in the evening, photo part. Yeah, I got to say photo part. Bingo party and whatsoever. Who can drop legs? I don't expect Miss Garden to be up here at the night. But she can't hardly come from one chain to But all of us, just come. Food and refreshment will be there, so you come on sale. So you come, buy out the bar, buy out the kitchen, full of belly, you have to cook. Remember tomorrow is on Friday, not true? You know, cook your Friday, it's fry. Alright? So what happened at KFC yesterday? People at KFC like by 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll give you 3 pieces of chicken. Alright, at this time, Laverne Smith. Chin, sorry. We'll come at this time with the vote of thanks, and then we are out of here.
Laverne, Mr. White. Yes.
I specifically changed my look so he wouldn't recognize me. Good evening, everyone. It is my honor to express heartfelt vote of thanks on behalf of the Chalky Hill All-Age Past Students Association. First, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Mr. Matthew Samura for his insightful and inspiring presentation. We would also like to thank the Councilor of the Limehall Division and the Chairman of the School Board, Mrs. Geneva Gordon-Bailey, for taking time out of her busy schedule to be in our midst and for delivering the tribute on behalf of the school community. To Mr. David Elliot and his assistant, thank you for your kind consideration. I know that your donation will be beneficial to all our children. Please know that this will have a positive impact on our community and it will help to alleviate a lot of illnesses. Again, thank you, Sir Elliot. To our most prestigious admin team, I will now pause to introduce them, and I also invite them to join me on the podium. First, we have the brain of the team, Miss Nordian Davis. Followed by Fitzgerald Davis, better known as John. Please join me. John or Flex. Next we have Mistress Nicola McIntosh, Marsha, followed by Dacia Stewart Walker. We have Mr. Rohan Stevens Planey. And of course, yours truly, La Francine. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take this time to show these hard-working individuals how grateful you are for them taking the time to plan such an extraordinary event. The journey was not always on a smooth path, but endurance and success was on the forefront of our agenda. Can you all please stand if you can? And let's give them a round of applause. Guys, our tireless nights, hard work, dedication, and determination has truly made this evening a resounding success. We also like to say a special thank you to a few individuals, some who are here tonight with us and some were unable to be present due to personal reasons. We thank them for their kind monetary contributions that helped us in the purchase of the awards for the awardees and also for their dinner tickets. Much appreciated. To Mr. Devon Biggs, thank you, sir, our photographer tonight. Thank you for helping us reaching and keeping others informed on this, our first award ceremony.
Thank you.
To the master of ceremony, sir, thank you for keeping our audience entertained. To our awardees, to the hotel staff, thank you all for your creative ideas in transforming this ballroom so elegantly and making the ambience conducive for such an occasion like this. To the awardees, thank you for responding to our invitation and gracing us with your presence. You all truly deserve the accolades that are being presented tonight. You all have helped to mold our lives in so many ways that words cannot describe. Finally, I want to thank each and every one of you for attending and participating, whether in song, tributes, or presenting awards, or whatever you did, whether great or small. Thank you. Your presence and enthusiasm have made this evening truly memorable. In closing, I wish you all a wonderful evening and hope to see you tomorrow at our fun day and the bingo party on the school grounds. Thank you.
All right, just a moment of silence as we pray the closing prayer. All right, just bow your heads everywhere. Just bow your heads. Heavenly Father, Lord God, we thank you for today. We thank you for your blessing. We thank you for your mercy. Thank you for life. Thank you, Lord, that in you we live and move and have our being stayed upon you. We thank you for this gathering together to honor these teachers that have labored over the years. I pray, God, you continue to bless them, strengthen them. Lead by thy spirit. The group that planned this, Lord, I place them into your hand. That this will not only be for today, but it will be for this will be an ongoing event. Bless us as we go to a several place of abode, as we tell you thanks in Jesus' name. Amen. God bless you. God bless you.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Both sides. If you do both sides. Sorry, in your way, right? All right.
I'll show you.
And the man said,
if you don't look, we can't touch you. Thank you. Yes, oh, do you want to take one? Wait. One with me, ma'am.
Sorry.
You can stay, man.
No, you good.
Go on there.
Sorry.
Let me ask you. Are you
One hour.
I was supposed to go there, see my mother's there. With all the lights.
What the fuck over?
Come here, Miss
That's his son, you know.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, right now. Sorry. Ready.
I'm right.
Doreen, take a picture in the air, you know, so white.
What is the one?
Yeah, right now, Mr. White.
All the best.
have more control.
Yeah. Right.
I am online.
Okay. What happened? So we have to deal with it already. Start with them going there. So your daughter is a lawyer. So your daughter is a lawyer. And then
we have now come to the end of our function. And thank you all for watching. Thank you all for watching.